Money doesn't bring happiness. How many times have you heard that? Maybe from your parents, your grandparents, teachers, people you respect. And before you realized it, you internalized it. But let me ask you something. Who taught you that? Were they really happy and prosperous? Because when you live believing money doesn't bring happiness, you sabotage yourself. You step away from prosperity out of fear you'll lose something more important. It's like there's an invisible choice. Either you're happy or you're rich. As if the two can't coexist. As if wanting to prosper equates to being shallow. But listen carefully. Money on its own truly does not bring happiness. Yet its absence, that can complicate everything. You might have health, relationships, spirituality, but if you don't have the money to cover a good medical treatment, to visit someone you love, or to live with basic dignity, that lack hurts. Stay with me until the end of this video, because understanding this could unlock something powerful within you. And if it resonates, go ahead and subscribe to the channel to continue this journey with me, okay? Money is a facilitator. It doesn't guarantee happiness, but it opens doors, granting you freedom to build a fulfilling life. It gives you time, choice, autonomy. When you have money, you can invest in yourself. Rest. Say no to things that drain you. Say yes to what nurtures you. Now imagine this. If you grew up hearing that money ruins happiness, what's living in your subconscious today? Is it allowing you to prosper? Or is it holding you back, keeping you stuck? All to shield you from a false idea of happiness. And suddenly life becomes a never-ending struggle. You want to grow, but something inside believes growth will pull you away from what truly matters. So I invite you openly from the heart to reflect. Who would you be with more money? What could you do for yourself and for others? How would your life change if you didn't stress about monthly bills? Money doesn't bring happiness, but its lack brings pain. And so many are suffering because they repeat phrases they've never questioned. Your happiness doesn't need to exclude money, and your money doesn't need to exclude happiness. They can and should go hand in hand. Because when you prosper with awareness, with values, with purpose, you transform your life, and the lives of many around you too. Have you ever stopped to consider that everything you call reality is really just an interpretation? Since childhood, we've been told the only real things are what we can see, touch, hear, or taste. But our five senses? They're just antennas picking up energy and information. We see an image, but it's the brain that interprets it. We hear a sound, but it's the brain that decodes it. The reality we see isn't absolute. It's shaped by our perception, bound by mental conditioning, past experiences, emotions we carry. In other words, the way you experience the world is only your version of it. And that version is shaped by your vibration, the frequency you're broadcasting, the beliefs you hold, and the filters you don't even notice. That's why two people can go through the same event and react totally differently. Because each one is filtering reality through what they carry inside. And until we question this, we keep believing things are the way they are, when really, they're just the way we learn to see them. Imagine two newborn babies. One is raised in a household that views money as dirty, hard to get, always causing fights. The other in a family that sees money as energy, as freedom, as a blessing. They grow up, each with a vastly different mental operating system installed. Now tell me, which child do you think will prosper more naturally? The environment shapes you. Your mindset shapes you. And what seems like reality is often just a replay of what was taught as normal. Most people are trapped, caught in a system, a kind of matrix, without even realizing it. Living by mental, emotional, and financial patterns as if there's no other option. Think about a kid who loves football. He's supposed to study, but the latest video game is calling. He says he'll play for 10 minutes. But suddenly 10 hours have gone by. He became so immersed in that virtual world, he forgot his physical reality entirely. It's the same with someone who can't sit down to family dinner without their phone. They're there physically, but mentally live in another world, a reality that distances them from the present moment. Ask yourself, how many people are exactly like that? Stuck in a reality they haven't chosen to live. Here's the truth. You are a vast soul having a human experience. But when you get too attached to the human character you play, your name, your story, your fears, your wounds, you close off to everything else. You forget there's so much more beyond your ID, beyond the bills, beyond the routine. This over-identification with your human role limits you, boxes you in, prevents you from reaching higher states of consciousness, where true freedom lives, where prosperity flows naturally, where life begins to click in new ways. If money feels out of reach, if prospering seems distant, the problem isn't the world. It's your mental operating system. You're trying to run new programs with an outdated operating system, full of glitches, viruses, corrupted files. Beliefs like, money is hard to get, I'm not capable, it's just not for me. These are running in the background of your mind. And until you update that system, the best you'll do is survive. You won't truly live. But here's the good news. You can install a new operating system. There is a success mindset, a way of thinking, feeling, and acting that elevates you to a higher level. And it can be learned, reprogrammed, chosen. Your mind is malleable. But to transform your reality, the first step is to change what you believe is real. Have you heard of Plato's allegory of the cave? Imagine living your entire life in a cave, seeing only shadows on a wall. And then one day, you break free. You step out, you feel the light, you see the real world. You realize everything you believed was a distorted reflection of the truth. That's what life can be like for most people. Trapped in a mental cage built by society, family, fear. And the saddest part? When someone else escapes that cave and tries to share truth, they're met with resistance. People mock them, say they're out of touch. Because breaking free takes courage, and not everyone is ready. But once you install a new mental program, once you leave the cave for real, everything changes. You gain choice. Stop reacting. Start deciding. You become free. And with that freedom comes a powerful responsibility to impact the world in positive ways. You're no longer a victim of programming, you're a creator, a transformer, a leader. So how do you install a new program? Step 1, identify your limiting beliefs. Step 2, clean them out. Step 3, reprogram your mind intentionally. And when it comes to money, many of us are stuck with hidden but deep-rooted beliefs like, money doesn't bring happiness. True, money alone doesn't make you happy, but it offers time, freedom, comfort. Happiness comes from within, and money gives you the space to experience it more fully. Rich people are selfish. Selfishness isn't tied to wealth, it's tied to character. There are selfish poor people and generous wealthy people. Money is hard to get. That's not the reality, unless you make it your reality. Money flows to those with clarity, consistency, and mindset. Saying it's hard just keeps you in scarcity mode. I don't deserve to be rich. That one cuts deep. Born from childhood wounds and limiting messages. But deserving is built with conscious effort, care, and alignment, not predetermined. Wealth is for a few. That myth is repeated so often it becomes truth in your mind. But it's just that, a myth. Wealth is available to those who prepare and allow it. Money is stressful. It's not money that causes stress, it's lacking it. Living with no buffer, no safety nets, no freedom, that's stressful. And these are just some of the beliefs holding you back, silently, without your awareness. So how do you begin shifting this today? 3 practical tips. Write down your money beliefs. Get a pen and paper. Note everything you heard about money growing up. What did your parents say? What did you assume to be true? Question each one. Ask yourself, is this really true? Did the person who taught me this actually live in abundance? What would a truly prosperous person think instead? Choose a new belief for each old one. Transform. Money is hard into money flows to me with ease when I'm aligned. Repeat it daily, because repetition rewrites your programming. You don't have to stay chained in the cave forever. There is light waiting. A new reality ready for you if you choose to step into it. If this video resonated, like it, share it with someone who needs to break free, and subscribe. Because here, we go deep, and we go together. I'll see you in the next video.